Welcome back, folks at home, to another episode of Jamin's Daily. You may have heard in the news breaking that the Hamas leader, Yahya Sinwar, was killed in Gaza today. That is in addition to all his lieutenants and deputies just getting eliminated, targeted. This is after, I'm going to mispronounce some of these names, so bear with me, but Ismail Haniyeh, he was also like a big wig chief in Hamas on the political side. They targeted and took him out. And what was interesting about that is where they did it. He was in Iran at the time, where they thought he was in a safe house. They thought he was safe. No, they take out this Yahya Sinwar guy who apparently I'm thinking by now all the tunnels he had been hiding in have all been destroyed, and so he was not in a tunnel. He was out and about, got caught in a building. All right, there's video evidence. Google it. Then the bigger wig of all of them is Nasrallah from Hezbollah, and they got him in Lebanon, in Beirut. So they took out Sinwar in Gaza. They take out Nasrallah in Lebanon. They take out the Hani in Iran. So they're getting them everywhere. And so I start thinking, it goes to show. I mean, if they're motivated and they want to take these guys out, they can, because they have. Which then gets me thinking, all these guys have been active, and I'm going to call them what they call themselves on both sides. Okay, these guys have been active, operatives in their resistance for decades. These guys have been known figures well before October the 7th, and yet they take them out now. Why not before? So I have three thoughts on this, three different points, three different answers as to why they take them out now. The obvious is, okay, October 7th, there's a response to being attacked. There's a response to your enemy attacking you. You take an L, you got to respond. But these figures who have been taken out, the ones I just mentioned, had all been in leadership for a long time prior, and they were allowed. If you look at it now, considering how they were taken out, they were alive and well. And it's possibly, my theory could be, number one is that it's the old saying of the devil you know, right? It's better than the devil you don't. So every time one of these leaders gets taken out, they're all replaceable in a sense. They all get replaced. The movement carries on, just like now. These guys have been taken out. They're gonna find replacements. It's gonna carry on. So why take them out when you know what these guys are gonna do? You have intel on them. What if you take them out and the person who comes in is the person you don't know? Right? So that's one. Two, these figures who have been eliminated all have a large circle. They all have lieutenants and deputies and lieutenants, people in their sphere who are close to them. If those people become compromised and they're feeding you intel from these at the highest levels because they're associated with these figures, you may not want to take out their boss because they're spies giving you information from the boss. If you take the boss out, that boss is going to be replaced. He's going to have his own deputies and lieutenants, and then you lose out. Your source is gone. So that could be a second reason why some of these leaders are allowed are survive as long as they do because they have people in their circle who are compromised. Lastly is a little more nefarious of theories in the sense that the Israelis don't want to take out some of their highest level enemy targets because you don't want to eliminate them the enemy completely because you need to always have that boogeyman. You need to always have that enemy to rally your people. You always need that enemy to have uh, a common cause and you name it. All right. And so you don't take them out. You allow that to fester like they used to say that they would. You let it build and you go and mow the lawn and then it's good and it grows again. You go and mow the lawn. Not my words, their words. So that you don't you don't get rid. It's like the weeds. You don't you I don't know. You pull them. They keep coming back. They haven't come with the roundup, I guess. And to me, this could be a strategy when it comes to the Israeli leadership so that they can stay in power, all kinds of fill in the theories. That's the third one. All right. Can rule it out. Just like the other two, those are my three thoughts on the matter. Because when I hear about this guy, he's 62 years old. This guy has been Yahya, cool name, Yahya. That's Yahya Sinwar. All right. This guy has been an operative. He's been in the mix for decades. Been in jail. They let him out. If you look at, and this is what's happens to the best of them, to the most evil of them. Most of these, their bitter end is always pretty pathetic. There's very few who go out in a blaze of glory. You know, getting bombed in a building is not exactly throwing something at a drone. And I'm not trying to belittle or anything like that. What I'm saying is, all these leaders of these movements, like Gaddafi, Gaddafi was killed by rebels. Gaddafi was killed by his own people of sorts. All right, it wasn't the white man who killed Gaddafi, but all the other. I don't even want to say some of these names because it'll trigger censorship on YouTube. But just look at it and look at mobsters in the Italian mobs and all these other things. Uh, it's always the bitter end. It's never glamorous. It's not Tony Montana going out in a blaze of glory. It never is. It's half of these dudes don't even see it coming. This guy, that Yahya guy, he his last moments were knowing it was up because they struck at him. He was already battered. He's sitting there. There's video. You can see it. And then boom, they drop a big bomb on him. It's over. So he knew it was coming. But half of these other ones, they don't. I mean, Nasrallah, I don't know. He made that bunker bunker buster bomb. It could have been over from one moment to next. You're alive. Next moment, gone. But he could have also suffocated under rubble. That would have been terrible way to go. But folks, let me know what you think when it comes to how in these conflicts you have these leaders who are obviously protected. Nasrallah had been underground for a long time. But then all of a sudden, it's like they decide, we're going to get him. And then they did. And so it's like, okay, if you did it now, why didn't you do it earlier? I want to know. Curious, inquisitive minds want to know. So stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe. If you have any comments on this, let me know. Stay tuned because the best is yet to come.